morning. Good morning, everybody. I hope you're doing well. My name is Sean Murphy. I will be your guest here for the next little bit. Welcome to episode 1345. This is the beginning of November, and November is all about leverage. That's going to be the conversation this month. Leverage. And I'm going to be sharing with you a PowerPoint this morning. I got to figure out where it is. There it is. And we're going to have a conversation about leverage and how to stop getting your butt kicked as it relates to leverage. So welcome, everybody. Again, my name is Sean Murphy. I'll be your host, and we'll get started here just in a second. Five-time number one best-selling author, creator of the Secret Sauce Academy, creator of the 12-week mastermind. That's been powerful. And we're going to have some fun today. So let me share some screen here. Close these down over here. Okay, so share screen. Over here. Let me just do something real quick. Okay, let's get that up to that page. There we go. And I think y'all can see that. Just somebody give me a verbal or in the chat that you can see that. And for those of you on Instagram, you're going to want to jump over to my YouTube page, youtube.com/Sean G. Murphy now, if you want to follow along with the slides. So, and let's see here. Where's the chat? So in the VIP group, can you let me know if you see that screen okay? That'd be great. So leverage. Leverage is this idea that we really want to take control of something. Leverage is when we have this idea. Thank you. This idea that we have this understanding. It means using another person's time to accomplish your tasks. Right? That's what leverage is. We're in the business of network marketing because we want to be able to leverage people's desires and wants and wishes to succeed in business, to be able to create some wealth for their family, correct? So here's the definition of wealth. It means using another person's time to accomplish your tasks, essentially giving you more hours in the day. Right now, that's what I'm doing. There's a couple of people on Instagram. There's a few people on VIP. There's a few people in YouTube. And I'm leveraging my time. I'm putting in an hour and I'll get 10, 12 hours back because that's how many people will see this, or 20 or 30 or 40. Delegating and using technology are two ways to increase your time leverage. Personal leverage or relationship leverage is vital to every area in your life. If you're a parent and you're the mom and you've been doing mom all day, doing all of that stuff that moms do, and you just need a break, sometimes just going into the bathroom and locking the door is enough to give yourself a little quiet time. Hopefully somebody else will watch the children. Leveraging other people, leveraging other spaces, leveraging other moments. I want to talk to you about leveraging in business, all right? I want to talk to you about leveraging in business. Let me see if this is going to show up here. It may or may not. It does not. Okay. So the leverage I have is a business plan. That's the thing that most people say. The leverage I have, well, I have leverage in my business. I have a business plan. That's not going to get you anywhere. A business plan is not going to get you where you need to go. It's not the business plan that's going to get you moving. It's the execution of the business plan. So we're going to talk about the leverage of the business plan. We're going to talk about how you move yourself forward. Okay? So let's take a look at it. The business plan does not solve the issue for your vision. You can write stuff down, and sometimes people are good at note-taking, but they're not good at execution. You're good at building a business plan, but you're not good at following through in the process. And again, for those of you joining us on Instagram, if you want to be able to see the slides that I'm sharing, it's over on my YouTube channel. SeanGMurphy.com is the youtube.com/Sean G. Murphy now. We'll get it. So a plan does not solve for the vision. The better solution is, rather than having a business plan, you may need a business plan, but better than that is understanding the map of your business. What's the terrain of your business? If you had to go from here to 3 miles outside of town, now maybe you live on the side of a hill, maybe you live at the bottom of a valley, maybe you live at the top of a mountain. If you needed to walk 3 miles from your front door, there would be places that you would know that you would have to prepare for. Maybe there's a creek, maybe there's a stream, maybe there's who knows what, a wall. All that to say is, pay attention to me, is that when we don't need a business plan as much as we need a business map, and understanding that, then you start to understand how you move yourself through your success, right? If you want to understand the real leverage of your journey, if you want to understand where you have to get to, how many people you have to build in your business, how you move through the compensation plan, how you do all of these things, the key is, it's critical to see where the terrain challenges you. Where are you challenged in your business model right now? Where are you challenged in this growth that you're about to go that you're going to go have? Is it in your personal development? Is it in your self-talk? Is it in your neuroencoding? Is it in your mental discipline? Where are the challenges you're about to have? See how it changes from a business plan saying, I want to reach the 5th level of the compensation plan to get to $10,000 a month, and then I'll move on to level 6 and level 7. That's a business plan. The terrain of your business, the terrain of the conversation that you need to have with yourself, and understanding leverage is that when you understand the terrain of your business, well, I need to talk to 5 people a day. What keeps me from talking to 5 people a day? Well, it's my belief in myself. It's where I feel I fell down before. It's where I've fallen short. So over the course of this whole month of November, which is all about leverage, which is all about conversations, which is all about putting leverage back in your hand, I'm going to be asking you some very poignant questions as we go through the process. So, and this conversation is going to be about building your business. So let me ask you a question. What business are you in? What business are you in? That's the question I have for you. This business that you're in, how do you describe it? What do you say it? What do you call it is? Here's the reality. The majority struggle with this because they don't have any clear statement for this business that they're in. Why do they struggle? Why is it such a challenge? What's the reason? It's simply because they have to answer that question, why? Do you remember when you were little? Do you remember when you were challenged? Do you remember when you did some things that weren't right? When you got your butt spanked, if you were old enough to get your butt spanked and not sent to timeout seat? You were asked, why do you do that? Well, when somebody asks you today, why do you want to grow your business? You get the same subconscious visualization problems of when you were little. When anybody asks you why, you feel like you're in trouble. So it's because you don't have a true alignment with the idea of what your business is. You don't have any idea what business you're in. If you fully understood, and when you do fully understand what business you're in, you'll begin to be able to form an alignment with that. You'll be able to put leverage back into your hands when you understand that you can control your business terrain, when you can navigate the business terrain that you're in. You follow me? And as you begin to move through this process, you'll see things in a new way. And that's the whole thing, right? Dr. Wayne Dyer said, change the way you look at things, and the things you look at change. So here's another question. Here's another question that not one of your mentors is asking you. You ask all the time, well, my mentor, I was talking with my mentor the other day. Let me ask you, how many of your mentors have asked you this question? Because to fully understand the terrain of your business, the challenges of your business, the valleys and the peaks and the highs and the lows, you are going to have to figure out the answer to this question so that you can get to the end of your business model. Follow me on this. No one is asking you this question. When somebody gets started in our profession, everybody says, well, I'm an entrepreneur. You're not an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur, when you become an entrepreneur, I'm not saying you can't be. What I'm saying is that when you become an entrepreneur, you are going to absolutely ask this question. What's your exit strategy? What's your exit strategy? How many of you have ever been asked that question? How many of you have ever been asked that question? By your upline, by your mentor. What's your exit strategy? Do you realize if somebody is a true network marketer, they probably will never ask you that question? Do you know why they won't ever ask you that question? What's your exit strategy? Is because if you're developing an exit strategy, that means you're going to be leaving their business. That means they're not building people, they're building businesses, and that's not a good thing. That means they want you there. They need you there. They see when you're in there, they get leverage. So I'll ask you today, what's your exit strategy for your business? Well, hell, I haven't even gotten started, Sean. Well, we're going to fix that. This month of November, we're going to repair that. We're going to remodel that. We're going to resurface that. We're going to reface that. We're going to re-something that so that you can have leverage back in your hands. See, when you ask that question, what is my exit strategy? The terrain of your business instantly becomes clear. The terrain of what you need to do and how you need to do it. If you want to sell your business because it's doing $1 million in volume, $10 million in volume, and you want to be able to sell it, you know you've got to get to X dollars in volume, which means based upon your compensation plan, you've got to do X number of people who are on this and X number of people who are doing that, which means how is your ratio? Jim Rohn says if you get 1 out of 10 and I get 5 out of 10, you can beat me because you understand your numbers. The challenge is very few people understand their numbers. So you can't call yourself an entrepreneur without an exit strategy. And not that, well, if I don't like it, I'm going to quit. All right. So first question is how's your business? What business are you in? What business are you in? Well, I'm in the nutritional business. Are you really? How are you going to compete in the nutritional business? Well, against GNC or Walmart or somebody like that. How are you going to compete if that's the business you're in? You're not in that business. You're not in the nutritional business. You do not make nutritionals. You are in sales. And when you fully understand that, grasp that, and decide for once and for all, you are a professional salesperson, your life will change forever. What does Zig Ziglar say sales is? The transference of enthusiasm. So I asked you a question, what business are you in? Here's the next question. How's business? How's business? See, if the question I asked you, what business are you in? And then I asked you, how's business? There's emotions that you're feeling right now. And I can tell you exactly the majority of you what emotions you're feeling right now. The emotions you're feeling right now is because you've never got out of the implementation stage of your business. You're feeling wounded, you're feeling lack, you're feeling nervous, you're feeling scared, you're feeling I should be doing more. I don't know why this is so complicated. It's because your business has never gotten out of the infancy stage. You keep birthing these ideas. You keep birthing these ideas of I'm going to go do something, and you kind of get knocked up on the idea that you're going to go call a few people, and you call a few people, and you make a few reach outs, and you call a few folks, and you put a few posts up, and nobody responds, and you feel like you just got dejected. And then what happens is that your business, because you're the designer, you find yourself in survival mode. And when you find yourself in survival mode, you can't think outside of the box. You don't even want to talk to people. And your negative self-talk is challenging you on a daily basis. You're not good enough. So you try this again. And you never break out of that infancy stage. You never break out of that beginning, and you never get the momentum. You don't stay in long enough to see the success. And why? It's because of your negative self-talk. I don't have negative self-talk. Okay. then I'm not sure why you're stuck. You've memorialized your failures. You've told everybody 1,001 times that this is not good, and you've remembered that 1,001 times that you're not good. And then you have this addiction to approval. So you've got negative self-talk, you've got memorialized failures, and you've got an addiction to approval. That's going to take some serious rewiring. That's going to take a tremendous amount of emotion. That's going to take a tremendous amount of grit to get through, unless you find a true mentor who understands that you're going through all of those things and doesn't keep telling you just go for no. Go for no. Why don't you should go for no. The one inside of you that is fighting this conversation, listen carefully. If you're fighting this conversation, which I hope you are, listen carefully. I hope you're fighting this conversation. I hope I've touched a nerve. I gotta ask you a question. The one that's fighting this, that's the one I need to talk to. Can I talk to that one? Can I talk to that one right now? The one who's getting a little agitated, frustrated, because that's the one that knows how to run your business. That's the one who knows what it takes to get your business started. That's the one who's got the chutzpah, who's got the grit, who's got the grind to get through the misery of intimate failures and immediate failures. That's the one who can push through those challenges to get to the levels of success that you need to get to. Can I talk to that one? Because see, if I can talk to that one, all I need you to do is something that's very important. I don't want you to change. Listen carefully. I don't want you to change. You probably haven't heard this before, so pay attention. The one of you that I was talking to that was getting mad, agitated, aggravated, now I want to speak to the one who was the one that was getting mad. You're no longer mad. You have a clarity, you have an understanding, you have a confidence, you have a capability. And here's what I want you to do. I don't want you to change. I want you to exchange. That woman, that guy that I was just talking to, the nice guy, the one who keeps everybody smiling, the one who keeps everybody happy, that one can sit their ass down for just a little bit. I want to talk to the one who got a little mad, who got a little frustrated. I want to exchange the two. I don't need you to change. You'll need that other nice person of you, that other nice version of you, that other kind version of you. I want the one that's a little fierce right now. I want the one who has this little burning inside of them, who has this desire, who wants to go out there and kick ass, yet is afraid because of the nice version of you is that you're going to make people upset. Well, listen, those people aren't going to care one iota about your success. And if they get mad, well, then they're not on your team. I want to talk to the one who's a little frustrated. I want to give that one the chance to understand this exchange of leverage. I want them to understand this ability to step out and step into their joy and step into their glory. That's the version of you that's the badass. That's the version of you that's the kick-ass. That's the one that has the no fear, may not know exactly what to do, yet knows and has this absolute commitment to push through, has this desire that is burning inside to keep their promises. That's the one I want to have a conversation with. See, because if that's the one that I have the conversation with, then all of a sudden things get real easy. The map of your business, the terrain of your business gets real easy. Doesn't say it's going to be simple to climb through, but it's going to be a extremely, wildly tough conversation that you need to push through. But this version of you, the one I'm talking to right now, the one that got a little frustrated, aggravated, agitated, that one can do all of this. That one could do this and still have plenty of time left over to do a whole bunch of other things because they're focused, they're dialed in, and they're determined. So how much does one need? How much motivation does one person need? The nice person needed a lot of motivation. The nice version of you needed a lot of books to read. The nice version of you needed a lot of seminars to attend. The nice version of you needed a whole bunch of trainings. The version of you that's sitting in front of me right now, the one that says, just get out of my way, point me in the direction, get out of my way, they won't need this version because they're going to take control and they're going to take charge. They're not going to need that nice version to sit in place. Why? Because the story you tell yourself and the wounds of letting others down That's why you need this version of you. This version of you that says, yeah, I screwed up in the past, but I'm moving forward now. I don't really matter. It doesn't matter what I did in the past. I got to move forward. I got to keep my promises. I got to take care of my family. I got to raise my kids. I got to pay for their college. I got to pay for their car. I got to pay for their fill in the blank. My mom and dad are getting older and I got to take care of them. The reason that you won't take charge is because you keep telling yourself about the old stories and the wounds and let yourself down. Let's get through that, not over it. Let's get through that. And when you move into this new understanding, here's the reality. I need you to pay close attention to this. If you're in the business of selling, people do not buy your product. They don't buy your product. They don't. You can ask any wildly successful business person. They don't buy your product. So when I asked you, what business are you? And you said, I sell nutritionals. That's why you're failing. That's why you're falling. That's why you're falling short. You're selling a product. People do not buy products. People buy feelings. People buy state. People buy clarity. People buy vision. They don't buy products. They don't buy products. They don't buy a crypto. They don't buy a back office. They don't buy a compensation plan. They don't buy your upline. They don't buy the facts. They buy the feelings. So when you decide that you are going to want to learn how to sell feelings, how to sell state, you're going to first need to learn how to get into state, how to get into clarity and vision and mindset. And when you do that, and when that happens, you'll have a freedom in your business you never imagined. So that's the conversation for today. If you want to learn more, go to SeanGMurphy.com. You can get on the email list. I do private trainings to my email list that I don't do anyplace else. And we'll continue this conversation tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm going to cover how to sell state. If you want to understand how to sell state, tune in tomorrow. If you want to understand the 6 human needs, right, and how to make sure that the first 4 are met before you can do anything else, and why people are mostly stuck in significance and uncertainty, it's probably you as well. We'll talk about that and how you can't sell cheap value. You just can't sell it. There's no reason to sell it. So we'll talk all about that tomorrow. I am your head misfit, training you on leverage for the month of November. I'll see y'all where? I'll see you at the next event. Share this with somebody. You know somebody's going to get tremendous value of this. And guess what? If they get tremendous value from me, they get tremendous value from you because you're the one that shared it. I love you tons. Till tomorrow. Bye for now. YouTube, love you tons. Thanks, everybody. Hope you have an amazing day. I'll see y'all where? I'll see you at the next event. Till then, bye for now. That's over there. There you are. Stop share.